friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video I'm going to be creating an eye look with a brand new palette in my collection from a brand new indie brand. Say that 5 times fast. BlairDaleMUA Cosmetics. Yes! Now I discovered Blair through Ladybug Glow. They did a collab palette together, the Castle of Horror palette. And at that point, I went and followed Blair's Instagram and could not believe how talented and awesome Blair is. And I was really hoping that at some point Blair would have a palette. And here it is. This is the Hunter and the Prey palette. And I didn't even know that Blair had started their own brand, nothing. And then I still am, in a group chat with Tracy from Lilith Luna, Ashley from Outrage and Grace, and Cheryl from Cheryl Infinity. And I think it was Tracy said, have you guys seen BlairDale's new palette? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Blair has a palette? And Tracy's like, yeah. So I went on to Blair's Instagram, saw the palette, went on to the Etsy shop, and of course picked this up. And I'm super excited, and I cannot wait to get a look put together with this palette. And obviously I want to use this again and again and again and again. But in this video, I'm just going to be putting one eye look together. I think this is so awesome because it's got the grungy, earthy goods that I just love, you know, greens, the browns, even the black matte. I think that's black. That might be either black or maybe just a really, really dark green. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to have that on my lids today, so I'll find out for sure. But I just love the configuration of the shades, the colors, everything. You know, this is my kind of color story for sure. And I love how it's arranged. We've got a row of mattes up here and down here, and then a row of shimmers in the middle. Love it. So for the shades I'm going to be using in this look today, I want to use the Prey first and foremost because it's got that cool flip from like green to purple. It's just awesome. I think I'm also going to use the Hunter. I want to use this shade here called Backcountry. For the mattes, I think I'm going to use Hunting Season, Camo I'm thinking, War Paint, maybe a little bit of In Plain Sight. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. So starting off, I think what I'll do is put Hunting Season in my crease transition area place, you know. I do have my brows done. I just put a little bit of clear brow gel, NYX Control Freak, and then I did prime this eyelid in the Juvia's Place Prep Prime Eyeshadow Primer. And, you know, Blair has been really supportive of my Instagram, and it just really means a lot to me. And so I thought, you know, I really want to support Blair because how fun, you know. I love it when people just take the bull by the horns and do something really awesome, like start a brand, you know. I just think it's so cool. And I just wish Blair all the best. Absolutely all the best. Okay, so let's go ahead and start putting, what's this called again? Hunting Season in my crease transition area here. Yes. And of course, I will link Blair's Etsy shop in my description box so you guys can go check out the site if you haven't yet. I have no idea if this palette's still available. I'm not sure how many Blair produced, but I was thrilled to be able to get it. Thrilled. And also, I will link Blair's Instagram in my description box too, so you guys can go check out Blair's IG. Because really, really talented, creates some amazing makeup looks, and really fun, you know, just really fun person. Really like Blair. Blair's awesome. Okay. So this is very nicely pigmented. It's buildable, which, I mean, well, okay, it doesn't need to be buildable. This could just right on my lids if I was a little bit more brave, but I just like to build my shadows. So, you know, I'm just not really going all into the pan because if I did, it'd be overwhelming for me because it's very pigmented, but it's working really well. You know, like I'm able to apply it. It's blending nicely. It is awesome. Awesome. Okay, I think I'm done with that shade. I love it. So now I want to just kind of lighten that up a little bit. I was going to go into In Plain Sight, like, but I think I'm just going to go into Camo. Just a very light kind of dusting of that around the edge of the Hunting Season shade. I did make a makeup purchase today. I got the Cosmic Brushes or Beauty. It still says Cosmic Brushes on the website. I got the Undergrowth palette and the Cool Trolls. Okay, so just a very light layer of the Camo shade, just a teeny tiny little bit of this. I'm not going to go too ham blowing this up. I just wanted to kind of lighten up that. Yeah, that's awesome. Lighten up the outer edge just real lightly. Just a teeny, teeny, teeny bit. So I'm really excited for those two to arrive. And then, let's see. I kind of also, I don't know why, but I'm kind of a little bit obsessed with the Betty Boop palette from Glamlight. So I'm thinking I might get that too, if that's still available. Because I feel like, you know, I don't have a lot of reds in my collection. I know how it sounds. It sounds a little unhinged, but I get like that with makeup sometimes. Just lightly going around the edge of the dark green shade with the camo shade. Yes. And then just kind of buffing it around right here, just to kind of mesh those together a little bit better. Because the camo shade is, what is it, more warm, right? And then the hunting season shade is a little bit more cool, but I like it. I think it looks cool. I think it looks cool. It's cool. I think it looks cool. Whatever. God, I'm such a dork. Do you hear that? It's Reggie. Reggie! Come here, baby. He does that sometimes. Like, he gets really wild and hyper and he'll start talking like that. Wasn't that weird? He'll probably come in here in just a minute. If he comes in here, I'll show him to you guys. Because Dawn, my dear friend and subscriber, she's like, have you shown Reggie in a video before? And I said, yeah, I have, but not for a while. Reg, come here, baby. Come here, honey. What happened? Hold on, let me get him for you. This is Reggie. What happened, honey? Did something scare you downstairs? Hmm? Yeah? Something upset you? Yeah. He is so heavy. I don't think anything really upset him, probably. I think he just was getting a little wild and crazy down there. Because mommy's preoccupied with something else. And he's like, I'm just going to go bonkers down here. He loves to, like, donkey kick the rug underneath the dining room table. I have an old purse down there that I need to put up. But I've left it down there because he loves to wrestle with it. And it's, you know, that purse is done. So it's not like I'm going to keep it or anything. I just kind of kept it around so he could smack it around a little bit because he really likes to play with it. And he just gets going and then he starts making these weird sounds. So I think that's all it was. I love this. I think it's awesome. I really do. I'm going to go back around with this brush too. Nothing additional on it. Just kind of make sure things are, I don't know, blended. I think that looks wonderful. Everything's blended together beautifully. My hair's freaking out. So now let's deepen up the outer V and I'm going to go into War Paint. And I think that's a black matte. We'll find out for sure. But it could just be like a really dark green. Either way, I'm fine with it. Let's see what happens here, shall we? Honestly, I think it's just a really, yeah, it's a really dark green. It's like a blackish green. Oh, yes. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I love it. And I just love the formulation of these mattes. They're awesome. They're amazing. Really awesome. Blair, you got to make a lot more eyeshadow palettes, okay? Because I'm really liking this palette so far. 3 shades, and I'm like, this is awesome. And, you know, I know that there are people that get really upset, not upset maybe, but like annoyed if somebody says a palette's awesome and they didn't use the whole thing. And okay, that's fine. You can get annoyed if that's what, you know. I don't know. I love that. I think it's gorgeous. I have a horrible edge, so I'm going to go back around with this. Anyway, I just, you know, if I like the shades out of a palette, I think it's a good palette. You know what I mean? Yes, I have tried shades out of a palette that I loved, and then other shades out of the palette I wasn't a huge fan of. But I've been honest about that. But I don't know. I'm just not that nitpicky. And if I like something, I'm going to say I like it. So I don't know. Anyway, I don't know why I went off on that tangent. Yeah, love it. I love it. Okay, so shimmers. Let's go into the Prey first. I'm going to put that here. Then I'm going to put the Hunter in the middle. And then I really want to like, woo, like this inner part of the lid, I'm going to use Backcountry. Okay. And I'm going to use my Refer 21 brush for this because this works really well Ooh, yeah. Okay, careful, because the prey is a oh shoot. I went in way too hard. Like I panned it. Because it's a very tender shade and I went in a little too hard. Shit. Oh well, I'll just have to repress it a little bit. I do that sometimes. Okay, so let's put this right here. Oh, yes. That is stunning. Beautiful, deep green emerald, but like emerald and forest green. It's got like a, is it purple or is it brown shift? I don't, see, yeah, it's kind of like a brown it looks like to me. I think it's green and brown. If it's purple, well, I just don't see the purple. I see more of like a brown. What do you guys see? Let me know in the comment section what you see, but I'm seeing like green and brown. I love it. God, that's pretty, and a really lovely formulation. It's got that lovely stickum to it. Very opaque. Don't need hardly anything on the, yeah, it's green and brown. Don't need hardly anything on the brush. I feel bad because I went way too hard into that pan. Oopsie. I will not do that with the Hunter shade. No way. Slow down there, Erica. Jeez. Oh, I love that. Okay, so this is a great brush. Just gonna clean it off a little bit, flip it over. I'm gonna go into the Hunter. See what I did to that shade? Can you see? Totally dug into it. Dork. So very gently, very gently. Put this right here. Oh, yes. This is my happy place, you guys. The greens, the depth of the greens, and also the vibrancy. Oh, yes. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Oh, man. So beautiful. This is such a great way to end my week with a palette like this, you know? Just awesome. I love it. And I really am being a lot more mindful about how high I take my shimmers up because they're going to travel up here anyway. And I might as well, you know, go for it. So actually, I don't want to use this for the backcountry shade because I want a different brush for that. Hang tight. I'm going to use this brush here because this brush works really great. And I don't want a ton of this, just a little bit of it towards the front, just to have that little pop of brightness. Look at that. Woo! Love it. Okay. And I love that. Love that. Oh, I love that. This is a beautiful shade. I mean, you know, champagne shimmer, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Okay. So, I mean, if you're into grungy, earthy color stories and you love greens, I say go for it, man. Okay, I am done. This is absolutely stunning. So I have a little bit of fallout, not bad. I'm gonna clean this up, do my other eye, rest on my face. I will come back. So this, of course, is my finished look. And do I love how this look turned out? You're damn right I do. This look is amazing. The palette is amazing. I had such a fun time putting this look together. I cannot wait to play with this palette again. So I will show you the palette again and ooh and ah and give you my final first impressions, which is very good, amazing. Spoiler alert, obviously. But let me show you everything else I have on my face today. So I didn't put any primer on, but I did use a combination of the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator in medium, along with the Maybelline New York Dream BB Fresh BB Cream in medium. My tan is starting to fade a little bit, so I threw a little bit of this in there. And I keep thinking this is all the way gone. Like I thought it was gone. I just had it sitting over there. I was going to throw it in the garbage can. And I thought, you know, I can still see some product. So let's see. And there are actually quite a bit left. I just need to cut this off, I think, and like scrape it out if I can. That's what I'm going to try to do. I know that might seem desperate or weird, but I'm going to do it. For my powder, I use the CoverGirl Clean Professional Loose Setting Powder in Translucent. For my lipstick, I used a Folklore Glam Metal Liquid Lipstick in the shade Bad Romance. And honestly, I'm really enjoying these. When I did my try on, I was like, I don't like a couple of shades. Ugh, it's false advertisement. But honestly, they work really well. And I think they're beautiful. And I don't know what my problem was that day that I tried these on. I felt kind of bad because I was pretty negative about, well, not negative. Well, yeah, I mean, I was honest. They weren't really working that great, but the more I've used them, the more I like them. For my upper lid liner, I use the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Waterproof Felt Tip Liner in black. And then for my mascara, if I can get my sponge out of the way, for my mascara, I use the Maybelline New York Sky High. I got to get a full tube of this. I love it. I did use my Revolution Beauty Cream Bronzer. Ultra Cream Bronzer in Light. Loving it. For my blush, I use the Mad Witch Cosmetics Scorpio Hot palette. I use this shade right here, my favorite shade. It's kind of that orangey reddish pink mixture. And it's super pigmented. So I just made sure I went in lightly with a light hand. For my inner corners, I used a shade out of the Mr. Fluff's Magic Spells palette from Mad Witch Cosmetics. Also, I use this shade right here called Big Brother in my inner corners. I was going to put some on my face and I forgot. Love this so much. I'm having so much fun playing with that. Is that everything else or everything I have on my... I think so. So now let's talk about the eyeshadow palette, The Hunter and the Prey by BlairDaleMUA Cosmetics. Love it. I love it. And so on my lower lash lines, I used a combination of Vita Nova. Then I put some For the Hills towards the outer part. And then I did pop a little bit of In the Trees in there, just to kind of blend everything together. And then I did use a little bit of In Plain Sight to just kind of soften the edges of my lower lash lines. The only shimmer I did not use out of this palette for this look was Higher Ground. And the only matte I haven't used yet is Sequoia. So of course I want to use those. I know I could have duped this palette with what I have in my collection. I know I could have, but I'm telling you, the quality and the formulation of the shades I used out of this palette were awesome, beautiful, really good quality, wonderful. And so I'm glad that I didn't try to dupe this with other stuff that I have in my collection. I'm thrilled that I picked this up. And it's got all the things in an eyeshadow palette that I personally love. The earthy grungy, the neutrals with pops of color, duochrome, really lovely formulation, buttery, thick, opaque shimmers. You know, the mattes are very pigmented, but buildable and blendable, just all the things I love. So how could I turn it down, you know? And it's such great quality that I'm thrilled that it's in my collection. I'm so thrilled for Blair. So proud of Blair. This is so awesome. I was hoping that Blair would have a brand of their own. I really was hoping for that. And here we are. So cannot wait to see what else Blair creates and releases. Of course, I'll link the Etsy shop to BlairDaleMUA Cosmetics in my description box. Go check out the brand. Highly recommend doing so. I don't know if Blair has released anything else. I was so honed in on this eyeshadow palette that that was all that was on my radar. But I'm really interested to go back onto the Etsy shop and just kind of see what else Blair has. And I don't know if that palette's still available. I hope it is and that you can get it because I am thoroughly impressed. I know I've already said that, but I am really excited for the next release. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I'd love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Drop it.